In a surprising turn of events, Zayn Malik has once again revealed his feelings for Selena Gomez, reigniting the curiosity of fans everywhere. Known for his heartfelt and emotional lyric stuff, Zayn's latest confession has left many wondering what this means for his relationship with Selena, especially given their shared history. With whispers of romance and admiration swirling, fans are eager to uncover the details behind Zayn's feelings. Will this rekindled affection lead to something more? Or is it simply a nostalgic reflection on their past? Join us, listen to Zayn's heartfelt confessions, but before we continue, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and turn in the notifications bell. What is Zayn Malik really feeling for Selena Gomez? And why is he choosing to speak now? Is this just another passing moment in a long line of celebrity headlines? Or is there something deeper behind his recent words and actions? Could there still be flicker of something unresolved, something unsaid, lingering between tourists who have always seemed to hover just outside each other's orbit? Zayn Malik has always been a mystery. From the moment he left One Direction, it became clear he wasn't interested in the machinery of fame. He's the kind of artist who retreats when others shout, who chooses silence over spectacle, and who speaks only when the words can no longer stand. That's why when he says something, especially about someone like Selena Gomez, people listen, not because it's part of some media campaign, but because it feels honest, vulnerable, almost involuntary, like something he's been carrying for a long time. So, when Zayn recently admitted in a quiet interview laced with pauses and careful phrasing that he still thinks about Selena, the world raised its eyebrows, not because the comment was shocking, but because it sounded and finished as if was opening a door he was and single quotes t. entirely ready to walk through. But what did he mean? According to those close to him, Zayn has always admired Sela, not just for her beauty, but for her resilience, her ability to keep coming back again and again, no matter how many times has life tried to pull her under. He once said in passing, "Thatches real in a way that most people in this industry forgets how to be. Thatch is strong but soft, that she sees people." At the time, most fans thought it was nothing, just polite praise. Viewed in retrospect, those words feel heavier, like the beginning of something he never quite finished. The two have crossed paths over the years briefly, subtly, never as a couple, at least not officially. But there were rumors, a dinner here, a private event there, and always. The way Zayn looked at her in the rare moments they shared a frame, like she was both familiar and untouchable, like he wanted to say something he didn't know how to say. And no, all these years later, he's finally speaking carefully, emotionally, almost regretfully. Some say his recent confessions are about timing, that he's entering a new chapter in life, that he's done trying to be someone else's version of Zayn Malik. He's focusing on being a father, an artist, and maybe, just maybe, someone who's ready to let his guard down, especially when it comes to love. And yet, Selena's story seems to be moving in a different direction and eerie. She's been seen more Thanavier, smiling with Benny Blanco. There are whispers of wedding plans, commitment, a future being quietly built behind the scenes. She looks happy, genuinely happy, the kind of calm happiness that doesn't need an audience. So, why now? Why is Zayn choosing this moment to reveal his feelings? It could be a final confession, a quiet farewell to what could have been, or it could be an opening move, a risk taken not to disrupt her life, but to finally say something that's lived inside him for years. In a recent studio session, someone close to Zayn said he played a song no one had heard before. The lyrics were vague, poetic, but unmistakably emotion. There was a line that said, "You saw me when I didn't know how to be seen." Double quotes those in the room say it weighs about her, about Selena, about a time when their lives were both chaotic, messy, public. But inside that storm, something passed between them. Not a relationship, not even a romance, but a recognition, and maybe that's all it ever was. Or maybe it was more. Selena, for her part, has stayed silent. She's not the type to feed speculation. She rarely entertains rumors, and when she does, it's usually with grace and a quiet shrug. But she has said more than once that she has deep respect for Zayn, that she thinks he's beautifully broken, and that he writes like he's not afraid to bleed. These aren't the things you say about just anyone. And so, we're left with questions. Is Zayn finally ready to be vulnerable again? To still fitting behind the idea of himself that the world built and simply be who he is, messy, tender, maybe still in love with someone he never truly had, And is Selena, in her new chapter, is able to look back at him without reopening old wounds? Or does a small part of her still wonder what could have been? Maybe this isn't about rekindling anything. Maybe it's about closure, about saying out loud what we often try to forget, that sometimes the timing is off. That sometimes two people could be perfect for each other in another universe, but not this one. Or maybe it's about more than that. Maybe it's a quiet dare. Maybe Zayn is putting his truth out there, not expecting anything, but hoping that she hear it, that she'll feel it, that she remember just for a second. That connection they never quite named. Hollywood is full of stories like this. Almost loves, missed chances, people who never figured it out until it was too late. But every now and then, someone circles back, not to start over, but to acknowledge that something real existed, even if it was brief, even if it never got its full story. Zayn's revelation isn't just tabloid fodder. It's not gossip. It's the sound of Simeon finally speaking from a place of stillness, of realizing that honesty matters, even when the person you're speaking to may never respond. And maybe that's the most human thing of all, to admit your feelings. Not to change that future, but to honor the past. Whatever happens next, whether Selena continues looking forward with Benny or Zayn sappers once again into his music or some unexpected twist brings their paths back together, one thing is clear. There was always something there, something unfinished. And now, at least we know that Zayn still feels it.